Hello, this is episode 12 of the CASK podcast. My name is Laura Hattersley, and today I'm going to start with some information on a new study that's happening here in UK and Ireland. So this study is called the OASIS study, and it is being run by Birmingham University. So everyone that is registered with us officially should have got an email as well, because there's a little bit more information that I can't share publicly on the email, so do check it out. This study is looking at sleep in our CASK children, but it's not just looking at it in our CASK children, it's also looking at how their sleep is potentially impacting the sleep of siblings. And that's really interesting because obviously we've never studied that, and that is probably just generally a really understudied area of research anyway. The study isn't just on CASK, it's on lots of different neurodevelopmental disorders, but if you remember the Cambridge study that we're still waiting for it to be officially published, the researchers said the same as them. They said if we get enough data, then they will be able to kind of compile it all together and give us like a more succinct and just singular CASK disorder summary of what they find. But even if we don't get enough people for that, as a family, you will still get individual feedback on what they found from your family. So it's going to be really interesting. It's really invaluable, but obviously the more people that that decide to do it, not everybody will be eligible, so just give it a go. The lady I spoke to was really, really friendly, and honestly, like, it took just a few minutes to kind of just answer these simple questions that she was asking. So because it would be just really interesting to get that side of the CASK story in a proper study. In other news, we now have our fast fact leaflets, which are kind of a really small leaflet just giving, I guess, the most important facts and useful facts about CASK. They are now in English, German, and Polish. And on our website, you can also get access to all the French materials as well, because we link to our partners, Association Enfants CASK France. We link to their webpage. So if you're German, French, Polish, or English, there is now leaflets that you can have to share with your friends and families and clinicians. So check out our website, and I think they're under the raising awareness bit, but it's listed in the tabs, I think, leaflets. So have a look. One other thing, the mental health support services that we're offering, we still need more people to sign up to the group sessions. So we're offering these group, I can't remember how long, it might be maybe 6 weeks long. So it's once a week. It's called Stronger Together program, run by a professional counsellor who is very, very experienced in rare diseases. That's what they do. And they are also have a understanding and knowledge of CASK disorders. We need a minimum of 8 families. So please, if you are interested, it is midweek, so I recognise that is probably the main reason that we haven't managed to get our minimum numbers yet. But if you aren't working midweek and you think you could attend, I think this will be really, really good. It will help build community as well, and hopefully, obviously the aim is to improve well-being. So do check that out as well, please, or just email me if you have any information about that. And last but not least here in the UK is some really exciting news that we have got onto the Aspire Biosciences Workshop. Now, this is, I guess the best way to describe this is it is a speed dating between rare disease organisations and pharmaceutical or biotech companies. And it was quite a in-depth application process, and apparently they were very much oversubscribed, so we're very lucky to get onto it, and it's going to be held just for one day in London. We have to bring an advisor with us, so Dr. Debucci from Japan is going to fly over and be our advisor. And what we do is we have the opportunity to pitch our disease, basically, and I guess emphasise the opportunities within our disease and the need within our disease. And we pitch that to everybody, and then we have, 5 minutes or something with every single company to try and answer questions and find out how we could be a good match. And then hopefully, the big aim is that we would find our perfect match and our perfect partner, and then we would work with that pharmaceutical or biotech company to develop drugs together to help our disease. So I'm sure you can completely recognise that this is an absolutely amazing opportunity, and fingers crossed that something will come of it. But if not, it's always good to network, and it'll be great to meet Dr. Tabucchi in person, because he is one of the foremost experts in CASK and has been really supportive of our charities and the whole CASK Coalition charities. So that's our news in the UK. That was quite a lot to take in. Also, France has been super busy. So I've had information from AECF. They have been working, they're always working really hard behind the scenes, and sometimes things just take a long time before they actually come to fruition. But I know they've been working with these doctors who are creating a PNDS. Now, this is a specific kind of French term that they use, and I'm just going to read exactly what it is. So it refers to a French National Diagnosis and Care Protocol for a rare disease, and these doctors are working on it for pontocerebellar hyperplasias, all types, so all types of PCHs, including CASK disorders. And basically, AECF are about to receive that first review of it, so that'll be really interesting to see what it says. And the idea is it will create a guide. As I said, it will be all PCHs, but it will create a guide and a scientific overview and summary for physicians, as well as recommended procedures and services and that kind of thing. So that's really important, and that's really really cool that AECF have become part of that and found out all about that. Also, they're going to be attending the annual Congress of the French Rare Disease Alliance in Paris at the beginning of June. So that's great, putting CASK at the forefront again. Once again, they're very good at doing that. They're really pleased to say that they welcomed on board their 33rd French family, with a 4-year-old little girl who'd just been newly diagnosed with a CASK disorder. So, the community is growing, and although we obviously don't want people to be on our club unless they have to be, if they know they have a CASK disorder, then we want to know about them so we can support, and obviously it all helps with the research. So that's And America, ACNRF USA, first of all, check out their Instagram page. They've just had a bit of a rebrand, so it's pretty cool, so you can kind of understand a bit more about what they're doing, because they're a little bit different to the other CASK Coalition charities. But there is a really big, their main fundraiser of the year is happening on the 29th of May. I believe there are still tickets. This is happening in New York, so if you are local to New York, or you have friends or family in New York, please let them know. It's called CURE CASK for Audrey, but all the money goes towards ACNRF, which is raising funds for the gene therapy over at UC Davis. And it's Tara who's organising it and is the director of ACNRF. She is amazing at organising these things. They always look like the most incredible night. So please, if you are local to that area, then do check it out, and I'll put the link to that in the notes. The other really big news is that they have just funded phase 2 of the CURE CASK project. So it's not fully funded, but they've given enough funds for it to start. Now, just a really quick overview or reminder. So the CASK Coalition as a whole funded phase 1. So phase 1 was to get Dr. Fink over at UC Davis and his team to work out whether the CASK gene, the healthy CASK gene, can be reactivated. And by reactivating it, that means it will start producing healthy CASK protein, and then those cells will be healthy cells and be like they should be. And he has almost finished that, and they have worked out how to do it, so that is all going well, and there will be an update on that next week. But the next phase is to then test this in mice, because obviously cells are cells, but animal models are essential. So, and this goes over, it stays in the same university, UC Davis, but this goes over to Professor Jill Silverman, who is an absolute expert in this area. She's won lots and lots of awards. She has been waiting for her CASK mice for some time. I will even probably say years. It's been very, very hard to get these funds for her. But she's been very patient and obviously been working on her other rare diseases in the meantime. But ACNRF USA, I really would just want to give a big shout out to Tara, because her fundraising has been amazing, and the other director, Christy, just really pushing this forward. But I know there has been lots and lots of donors as well. But this has been basically a grassroots fundraising initiative, and they've managed to raise enough to get Jill her mice, which is what we wanted, but they still need more money to make sure Jill can finish her work, and that's really essential. I'll talk about that another time, I am sure. But so please do support this fundraiser on the 29th of May in New York. And to round things off, I just want to remind everybody that our Race for Research, the CASK Race for Research, is now live. And this is a virtual fundraiser that anybody in the whole world can take part in. This is being supported by all the CASK Coalition, so you can go on the overall site, choose your country or charity that you want to support, and then that takes you to that particular site. And what it is, it's just asking our supporters and our communities to run or walk or roll or swim or do whatever you want. 5K, you can even change that, to be honest. It's basically like a 5K fun run, or however you want to do it, to raise funds and raise awareness and really create a community. So I've done it every year, and it's just really nice getting all your friends and family together in one place for your child and knowing that everybody supports you. So more than anything, it's like a kind of supportive initiative. But obviously, if you raise funds, then that's even better, and that's obviously what we need to keep the research going. So do check out the CASK Race for Research. It will carry on going until the end of the summer, so you have a lot of time to decide when you're going to do it. The website that we use is really cool. It's kind of like you can kind of see the different teams and like the competition between the teams, who's raising the most money, so it's a really nice way to see it. Or if you'd rather not use that page, you can just set up a GoFundMe or a Just Giving page. It's absolutely up to you. But yeah, we are looking obviously always for more fundraising ideas for the community to get behind us so that we can fund more research, because we are definitely getting closer to a cure, a treatment. So the cure is that elusive thing that we never know if we're going to get, but we're working towards it. But treatments, definitely. So please do think about that and think about how you could help support all the charities of the CASK Coalition.